Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today na number 9 day for number 12 month for the year 2021. My name na Capo Daniel, aka Sense Pass King, Ambazonian Governing Council. Fellow citizens of Ambazonia, good people of southern British Cameroun, Bamenda on fire as the Cameroon military unleash pure terrorism in Bamenda. The Cameroon military are showing the people that there is two Cameroon after the armored vehicle was vaporized by the Bamenda brigade. The Cameroon military, their B, came up with backup not to attack the Ambazonian fighters, but to attack innocent civilians, burning down entire neighborhood of Bali Road.
Bengi Road. Now the biggest compound for my for that road, you know, the mosque. Yes. Bengi Road, that's alive.
The Cameroon military burn house from the place where they bomb their military vehicle with IED for Kennel Mill Junction for Bangui Road. Then start for they burn 6 houses them. Then back up come they extend the burnings throughout Bangui Road right up to hospital roundabout.
But the people they know for the checks in. The people they know for the checks in. Yeah. Some person, people they know for the checks in. Even their own home they born so their own people they.
Yeah, now live this so from Bangui Road. No house they born from Bangui Road, so live. Now so as
the population demand if such people doing this burning of innocent civilians' house who are unrelated to the fighting, they also have families back home. Francophones should be very careful these days in Bamenda and elsewhere across Ambazonia. Emotions are high. My advice is that they should be invisible during this period where we see their sons and daughters on our street burning down in broad daylight the most populated city of the British Southern Cameroons, Ambazonia.
Kai.
The population they ask, why was that born? Why Cameroon terrorism in pure display? One family, an entire family, was also killed in the course of burning of these houses. They were shot and burnt alive.
The coins in this way they don't kill them. See them. Small begin they so from Bengu they see them. Whether you go even see them self. Now this, now my own line they show see them. Now this begin they don't kill them for down here so too. See them. Now one that over there. Show light for obvious so Jimmy see them. Now wanna see them. Now begin they don't kill them for street here so. Turn and so for this side see them. Now so 1 2 this so for here. Where they for down. They don't kill them all. They don't die. Now then that too. So one day they carry go for truck, they shoot knife food, so.
Multiple civilians being shot at point blank, execution style. This is pure Cameroon terrorism. This is the true face of Lele Afrique, Eko, Ferdinand Gongo, Paul Biya Bartholomew, their collaborators, and all those who stand to impose Cameroon alien rule on Ambazonia. This is their true face. This is the true face of special status. This is truly two Cameroons. No army will burn its own people. Our people have to understand the message of the colonial government, of the colonial military, just as clear as the colonial governor of the Atlantic state have said. You are all cockroaches, fit to be smashed by our military. Just as their minister said, you are 2 cubes of sugar. You don't matter. This is war. The war, according to Paul Biya, the attack burning down of villages, over 400 of them, executing civilians, over 30 of them. This is what the Cameroon military mean as war against Ambazonia. It is war against civilians of southern British Cameroon. Just as their parliamentarian had said on the floor, their children will not come back from Ambazonia without killing at least 30 people. This is the true face of Cameroon. This is the green, red, yellow. This is their national anthem. This is Etofis. This is all their collaborators. This is all their enablers. This is the true face of La République du Cameroun. Pure, raw wickedness, evil, terrorism have become an official modus operandi of the bees. The logic of the enemy, of the terrorists, Pobia, is that you mean nothing to them. You can be killed, you can be murdered, you can be burnt alive, and you have to subjugate yourself, you have to submit yourself to them. Their logic is a threat of genocide, a deliberate targeting of innocent civilians with the intention to kill. This is the work of Cameroon military. Make no mistake.
So they want to destroy the Northwest. The Northwest is being destroyed by the government, not by Ambazonians. And the Anglophone problem hurts me, touches me right in the heart, because I'm not being given my due rights in this country. Kamto said he won the elections. He wanted to have a press interview. They went and arrested him. The following day they left him. But when I won the elections here in 1992, they held me under house arrest for 3 months and rained mayhem on the Bamenda people. Something is being hidden somewhere. Mr. Biya should come out and talk.
Even the enablers are crying foul as Pobia rain terrorism, terror upon innocent civilian in Bamenda.
People can do what has been done to our children in West Cameroon. Please, that you rape our children. My brother's daughter has been raped in Boya. I swear to you, the government of this country, does the president of this country know that the governors and the DOs and all the administrators we have sent to West Cameroon are out there behaving exactly like an army of occupation? Our people have nowhere to go. We have made all the efforts. Our ancestors and our forefathers trusted you to go into a gentleman's agreement that two people who considered themselves brothers could go to live together. If this is what you show us after 55 years, then those who are saying that we should break Cameroon are right. They are correct. The people of West Cameroon cannot be your slaves. The people of West Cameroon are not, you did not conquer them in war. If this is what you are saying that we should live in, I say simply, no, it will not work. How do you have an army that's supposed to protect children, step out there, beat them, and rape some? It is not heard of in any country. This is the 21st century, and anybody who does that and cannot be willing for his government to pay the price, we will exact it on you. Because you are making us believe that we went to the wrong place. What is there to say? I want the world to know and to have it on record that we have made efforts. I have sat with ministers and listened to them talk. The first one was the then Minister of Justice, Amadou Ali, 10 years ago. And I took my time, drove from Congo to Yaoundé to tell him something is brewing out there. This thing that you people are sending gendarmes to beat people up and say all of these things, there is pain in West Cameroon. And as Minister of Justice, be very careful. What happens there? And he turned around, looked at me, and told me, Mr. Wilbur, it is your people who choose to come here. He is alive. He told me. Last week, I went to see the Minister of Higher Education, Professor Famindongo, And I told him, the problems in Cameroon, the problem we have in West Cameroon, is the problem that will bring down Cameroon. If you do not handle it well, you will not know Cameroon as it is in a few months or in a few years. When people have had pent-up anger and pain, humiliation, for over 50 years, when it bursts out, you will never be able to control it. And I told him, and simply what he asked me was, qu'est-ce que vous allez faire? And simply what he asked me was, qu'est-ce que vous allez faire? Because you have your army of occupation out in West Cameroon, you believe that when the people will rise, even if you took the whole of the French army and added to yours, you will never bring them down. That what has happened to those children in Buea University and in Bamenda has convinced me that the people who say Cameroon should go in two parts are correct.
They are correct. We went to the wrong place. What we have seen today, what we have witnessed in Bamenda, is a reminder. All Ambazonian men and daughter, you have to throw it all into the rings. There is no middle ground. There is no room for compromise with the devil that burns our neighborhood, burnt and killed innocent civilians the way the Republic of Cameroon, their army, their governor, their president, their enablers are doing in our streets.
They demonize you. They rob you of hope, of a dream of a future that is better than the one you inherited. They killed your parents, turned your fathers into boys, raped your mom, made your sisters to be ashamed, robbed them in mud. They sent you into exile. You lost your neighborhood. They dispersed your friends. You became delinquent in a land that you did not understand. They took away something so essential to your own existence that you live here with your body, but your spirit hovers without knowing where to land. They took away from us something so important that life became something we have rejected in this land. They took away from you a country that gave you hope, built the first democratic system where there was an electoral government change. They took away from you your economic system. They blockaded your social system. They crumbled your economy so you could go into their own system to work for them. They made you drive through their own system so you could pay toll gate into their own system. They robbed you of your right to think, to hope, to have a future in the country of your birth. 243 years ago, the Americans told the British that their time of independence was now. They fought for 8 years, 4 months, and 15 days. They lost the Battle of Boston, but they won the war for the freedom of the United States. The South Africans face a nuclear power. They face a nuclear power country. Mandela said he is going to die for his people. He struggled in jail for 27 years because he didn't want to bequeath to the next generation something worse than he had inherited. He fought like a valiant soldier. The Eritreans humbled the Ethiopians, a more powerful Ethiopia supported by Libya and Russia. They fought in trenches, in gutter holes, on rooftop to be able to bequeath to the next generation something better. Your freedom is in your hands. It is going to be fought inch by inch, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, rooftop by rooftop. Is in your hands. It is not going to be given to you on a platter of gold. I can assure you here from Washington, the land of our birth, the towns of Ambazonia will be liberated by the valiant soldiers who on a daily basis lay their lives, give their blood, deprive themselves of something more precious to make sure they can stand for our girls for our children, for our mothers, for our fathers, to bequeath to the next generation a better country that they inherited.
Yes, it's time for freedom. This will be the generation that will not submit itself to bully, that will not submit and bow to terrorism, to the language of genocide. This is a generation that is called to answer the call of block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, to respond to La République in a language that it knows, just like the people of America, South Africa have fought before in battles bigger than ours, bigger than theirs. So shall it be. We shall fight to the last man standing. Every Ambazonian should do whatever it takes to throw its all in the diaspora, donate and support the armed resistance, put everything on the line against the odds of the enablers, the genocidal apologists. Yesterday in Bamenda, out of the Catholic hospital, a soldier, an Ambazonian ADF force, was pulled out from his hospital bed and executed by La République. The Catholic Church said nothing. Our politicians will say nothing. They will play politics. Our churchmen will play politics. They will not tell you the people are fighting as a people of the southern British Cameroon. They are fighting as Ambazonian. They are fighting for separation and independence. They will twist their tongue. It is time for the layman, for the average Ambazonian, to make it clear, like Obama had said, unless the people rise up in such a way that the politicians will have no way to compromise, unless the people make their voice very clearly, then freedom will only come when they do that. Our people must make it clear, abundantly clear. We will not tolerate apologies of this system of La République that they have imposed on our territory, the southern British Cameroon, Ambazonia. We will not tolerate enablers. We will not tolerate it. As we fight against the enemy and terrorist forces of La République to Cameroon, we will kick them out of our territory. We will bleed them, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, until Cameroon last military is booted out of Ambazonia. We will not compromise. We will not accept anything less than our full human rights, our full rights of a state, our full people's right to be our own, an independent people as we deserve to be. God bless you.
Decided to write its own history, rose again. You rose again to demand the right to exist as a people. In 1993, we were all convened to be able to decide our own destiny. We begged Cameroon to be Cameroonians, to be citizens of a country that has rejected us. We begged Cameroons to have equal opportunity, access to healthcare, access to economic opportunities, to be educated in the language in which we understand. You suffered in the university, went to lectures early to be able to have somebody to translate from French into English. You suffered the toil of discrimination. They thought they knocked you down, but this generation rose again. Because it is the never again generation that has decided never to bequeath to the next a worse place than they.
Never to bequeath to the next a worse place than we inherited. We will never allow any future generation of Ambazonians to see the images of a foreign army, an alien army, burning down our neighborhood, killing our children on their way to school. We will fight.